Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 10K Project. And this week's Bet on Black pitch is an amazing company called Inahsi. Did I pronounce that right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes. And we've got Rhonda and Brian Marshall, Mrs. and Mr. Marshall, joining us this evening. And super excited to have them. Before I turn it over to them, I'm going to give a couple of announcements for 10K Project. This week is Family and Friends Week. So we kicked off Family and Friends Week yesterday. For those of you who joined us, we had the gentlemen from Crowd Wall Street join us. They are an up and coming Black-owned portal. So we made that announcement yesterday. They are in the final stages of getting their FINRA approval. And so we are excited to partner with them to bring them great talent, and then for them also to bring 10K Project some great talent going forward. But Family and Friends Week, please share 10K Project with your family and friends. We've been able in such a short time to help so many founders, and we want to be able to continue that. We know that our business model works. We know that what we're trying to do is a wonderful thing for entrepreneurs, Black entrepreneurs. And we also know that the more members we have, right, the more eyes on these campaigns we can provide, the better these companies will be off in regards to raising the capital that they need. So Family and Friends Week is all about you sharing 10K with those people that you love and respect to allow them to get a foot up financially as well, right? When we're blessed with wonderful opportunities and great business ventures, we don't want to keep that to ourselves. We want to share that with the people that we love and care about. And so that's what Family and Friends Week is. So please share the 10kproject.com's website with them this week, all week until 11:59 p.m. on Friday. We have cut our gold package membership in half. So instead of $100 lifetime membership fee, which was affordable, we believe anyway, lifetime $100, it is now only $50. So that's how much we want your family and friends to join us. We have slashed the price in half. All right, that's enough with the PSAs. Now I am going to pull up the Republic campaign, and we've been on Republic before, guys, right? So we're going to walk through this one pretty quickly because you guys know by now, Republic is one of those we've visited quite a bit. So we know what the setup is. So far, they've exceeded their goal. 178% of their goal met. Congratulations, guys. They've got 97 investors to date, 198 days left. And you know, I always say, don't let that 198 days fool you, because if something magical happens and they reach their goals, right, their maximum goal before that 198 days, then this campaign will close. So if you are interested in this campaign, do your due diligence and make a decision, right? We don't want to procrastinate. We've talked about that before, how we've missed a couple of opportunities because we've waited, thought we had time, and campaigns can close early. The minimum to invest in this particular campaign is $150, right? And then they also have the deal terms here listed. This is a crowd safe. All the legal documents. I love Republic. I love that everything is right there on the same side. You don't have to go to the left-hand side of the screen. You don't have to do a lot of scrolling. I love that everything you need to see to do your due diligence is right there on that side of the screen. And so all of your legal documents, your Form C, all of that is there. There are also some perks, but I don't know if you guys who were in early, if you heard Brian, he's gonna have some special 10K Project perks that are not listed on Republic's site at the end of the session. So that means you got to stay around so you can hear about the perks, right?
That's right.
All right. So with that said, I am going to stop sharing. And again, we're going to put the campaign page in the chat throughout the evening. And I'm going to turn it over to Rhonda and Brian.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for coming. We so appreciate you. We have a little presentation here, and then we'll open it up for Q&A. So, all right, we are ready. Are you ready, like Freddie? Can we get some thumbs up, some hearts? Look, I go live every Friday. I go, so I'm so used to this interaction. I'm also a teacher. I'm also a teacher, so you know I want to make sure you're not sleeping. Okay, so I can't see your face, but I can see your comments. So all right. So
just one question. I just want to make sure. Can you all see our presentation?
Right. Can you see our screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Rhonda, you got it.
Okay. Hello, I am Rhonda Marshall. I am the owner, CEO, formulating chemist of Inahsi Naturals. I'm at Inahsi. Our message is loving the you that you're born into, and you'll see on our bottles that message. So no matter how your kinks, coils, and curls come from your head, we celebrate you, we embrace you. We are a plant-based natural hair products company. And all right, and so Inahsi comes from the Latin word Inahsi, which means innate and means to be born into. And so that's our message there. And you see loving you that you're born into. And so our mission is also to bring clarity to confused curls. So if you're confused about your curls, about what's going on with your curly hair journey, Inahsi is the place for you. And we do that through, I'm gonna get the slide presentation. Okay. And we do that through quality products, quality education, and quality service. So I am passionate about this because I have a bachelor's degree in chemistry. And so, and I have a master's in education, and I taught high school chemistry. So education is definitely a big thing for me. Service, being of service to people is definitely one of our pillars. And of course, we have quality products. That's a given. All right. And so this is just a little bit about who I am. So Rhonda, I was born and raised on the south side of Chicago. All right. South side, right? And so as I told you, I'm the formulating chemist. I'm a mom of 4, and Brian and I, we have been married for 24 years. He's our chief operations and everything else for Inahsi. So that is that. And then I went to XU Xavier or HBCU. Anybody know that's like the pillar there, you know, like the model school there. So I love my HBCU. So Xavier University, that's where I went. And then I went to get my master's at Lewis University. That's me getting my master's to teach high school chemistry. So I did that. And then this is also, I started out, this is my mentor here. I was 19 years old working in the lab. So this, I worked at Helene Curtis. You can see the sign, which is now Unilever. So I helped formulate Suave shampoo and conditioners and the first clear stick for degree deodorant. And this is my mentor. He's a PhD scientist, Alex Chan, who I learned everything from him. And this is me with my tresses. You can see those. I'm posing next to some hair tresses. You can see the dryer back there. So I've been in hair industry since I was a teenager. So those are some pictures of me. Okay, and so as I told you before, that's just my little credentials, Unilever, Helene Curtis, and so forth. And then I think this is your slide.
Oh yeah, so I guess I could come in the sidekick mode. I spent 20 years working in project development. So my background is mechanical engineering and design. And so a lot of the stuff, really everything I do now for Inahsi, a lot of that I've done similar work, you know, in my career. And so now I'm having to do everything. I'm specking out all this equipment and setting this stuff up and everything like that. But it's a big challenge, but it's a lot of fun, you know, doing it for yourself, for something that we own. And that's just some of my statistics. I went to Bradley University, that's here in Peoria, Illinois. I went to Roosevelt for an MBA. I got a couple of patents that I got published while working for some of these different companies. So that's a little bit about me.
Okay, this is our family. This is us, and we have 2 girls and 2 boys. Of course, this was years ago. We have 2 college students, and we just dropped them off at college. And we have this Alex, the one in the pink. He is actually just graduated high school. He's finished graduation, and then I have a senior, Armand. So he's a senior now.
This is years.
So that's years ago.
They this far from being out of here. Go ahead, man.
All right, so some of the highlights, we actually have been nominated for a Beauty Independent Beacon Award. So tomorrow is the ceremony, so we'll find out tomorrow. But Inclusivity Brand of the Year, we've been nominated for that. Last year we did a revenue of 541K in 2020 during the global pandemic, and our year-over-year revenue was 118%. So that is really impressive. Increase compared to 2019. And then our projected total addressable market is 95 billion by 2025. So that's a large piece of the pie that we can get, and and still be,
Well, that's
So
go
go ahead. Go ahead. All right. Projected total addressable global market. That's the global market. Okay. All right, so we're EU compliant. So if you guys know that we went through a whole year where we actually had our products to be tested by the European Union, and we passed with flying colors, vetted and tested our processes and everything. So we are, that means that we have an expansion to the global market, to the European Union, which is excellent for us and for you as an investor. We're in 18 plus countries, and we're growing. And our products address the needs of all types of texture curly hair. Okay, so the problem that we solve is that there are women all around the world who are embracing their curls, and they're not straightening their hair, they're not relaxing their hair, they're embracing their hair. And the only thing is the problem that you come up with, you have curly hair, there's dryness, there's breakage, frizz and so forth. And so our products, they address those needs. Yes, there are products that aren't addressing those needs, but most importantly, the education is lacking. Because I've been natural for over 20 plus years, and there's still not that education piece where people, once you buy the product, it's like, okay, what do I do with it? How do I use it? How is this going to be great for my hair? So there's questions that you have when you are, embracing your curls that a lot is not being addressed. But we at Inahsi have the solution. So our products, I formulated the products. As I told you, I'm a formulating chemist. So I formulated these products to make sure that they moisturize, they define your curls, they strengthen them, they repair it, they improve, and they reduce and eliminate frizz, and they improve your scalp health, which is so important to healthy hair. Of course, they're quality products for all hair types. You will see on our page, our website, you even see on our campaign page. Our products can meet the needs of any type of hair texture. And I'm also an educator, so I go live, we do webinars, we have a private Facebook group where we're always educating, and we're learning from each other, and we love community, which is important. We need that support from each other to say, girl, go ahead and rock your curls. You looking good with them curls. I know, look, you may not feel like it, but I'm here to support you. And so that's what our community is at Inahsi, and we want to empower you to do so. Okay, so we have a total of 12 products. These are products here. So we have a leave-in conditioner. We have our gentle cleansing. We have a conditioner. We have a rock your curls. So you see on our jar there. So that's why I say, girl, rock your curls. So when you feeling discouraged and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can wear my curls, you look at that jar and say, Inahsi told me to rock my curls, so I'm gonna rock my curls. And so so I'll leave that for last. But then we have our Tropical Escape Co-Wash at the bottom here in the orange. We have our clarifying shampoo, which removes buildup. We have a deep conditioner, and we have a custard, pearl defining custard. And we have a hair and body butter, Island Breeze, that's the product we started out with. And then the Pamper My Curls collection is our newest collection. We just launched that in June. So this basically, in 2020, we know our hair went through something. We went through something in 2020. And so we need to be pampered. And so that's what this collection is all about, the pamper. We have a stronghold gel, all-in-one spray, and we have a elixir for your hair and your scalp. So those are our 12 products, and we have more coming. More products to come.
I was just going to plug that in before I jumped in. So yeah, we got those, and I've been kind of pushing Rhonda because see, Rhonda's the mad scientist. And so sometimes I have to push it. I have to be the sales and marketing guys. Like, I need some more stuff to sell, so we've got 3 more that she just finished that we were trying to launch this month. We'll see if they come out this month or next month, but they're going to come out before the holidays. So we got 3 more coming, and then we probably have at least 6 more next year that are going to come out. All right. So now, as far as our sales and traction, you can kind of see where we started. We started in 2014, but we kind of tracking and showing this from 2018. Okay, so you can kind of see where we came from. 2018, just to give you all some idea, 2018 and 2019, me and Rhonda were both working full time. So 2018 and 2019, Inahsi was basically a side hustle. And this is what we were able to do. Rhonda went full time in the business in January of 2020. And then I went full time in February. And then COVID came and shut down everybody. But then see, our business is an e-commerce business. And that's why you see that performance. So if you just jump down to 2020, record annual sales, 118% year-over-year increase. A lot of that happened because everybody went online and they were looking for us even more so than normal. And so that helped us out quite a bit. Right now in 2021, our wholesale business is continuing to grow. So last year, our mix was like 80% direct to consumer and 20% wholesale. And so far this year, we're looking at 33% wholesale. So for us, what wholesale means is like, and a lot of it is international, and we'll probably talk about that. I think I got a slide. But wholesale for us is like, we have a lot of wholesale customers who have a website that they sell their e-commerce. Now these are our international customers. They call them web shops. So we have a lot of them in Europe. We have customers in Kuwait, a big distributor that we deal with in Kuwait. We have a lot of them. So like Germany, the Netherlands. We just signed up 2 new distributors in Spain, and they're doing really well. And we want to look what we want to do for next year. We want to get into. We have 1 in Canada. We need to get more. We're going to Mexico with it. We're going to go to Brazil with it. You know what I'm saying? So every place in the world where we know people got our hair, we coming if we're not there already. So here's some of the social traction.
Right. So
go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, we were used for the Eddie Murphy, the movie Coming to America. So our products were used to create those beautiful styles that you saw on Coming to America. We also were 3 seasons of Blackish. Our products were used on that with a host of other Riverdale and a lot of other shows. I just put those there. Right. Yep. So.
And then some of the social. So this is just some of the reviews that we get. If you go on our website, so the website is www.inahsi.com, and you can click on the rewards, and we may even pull it up real quick on the not the rewards, the reviews. So there's a reviews link, and you can see all the reviews that we get for our products, and we get a lot of positive reviews. So here's a quick slide with the countries that we're in. I almost forgot. Yeah, so like in the Czech Republic, believe it or not, I mean, I've never met anybody in the Czech Republic, but they buy our products. And we have a pretty big wholesale customer there who buys our products. We got one in Iceland. That's a new customer. Dubai, we have a customer there. Our distributor in Kuwait, he also, he distributes to other GCC countries, meaning Middle East countries. So like his business is growing along with us. Just a real quick little story on that. Their business is called the Curl Nation, General Trading is what they call it now. And they started that website about the same time we started our business. And Inahsi was their first supplier. We were the first ones who were selling to them, and they were importing from the US. And, they started off with $300 and $500 orders. And now, it's to the point where they're ordering, $10,000, $15,000 at a time. And, they're going to way more than double that with us. We are now getting registered in Kuwait because they're going to now be exporting to Saudi Arabia, and they export to Dubai and all those countries over there, Bahrain, Qatar, just all over the place. France, we actually have a distributor there. Yeah, and then a little one in Malaysia. So this is kind of our global footprint, and we're wanting to grow that. Just a quick view of our customers. Generally all female, pretty much all female. There's kind of the median income range. So like middle income, some college educated, and then we say 65% married. I mean, from what we can tell, average order value, we say about 55 for the consumer orders, but it's actually even higher because all of our wholesale comes in to the website as well. So right now, if we were to look in our back end and look at our average order value, it's trending around in the $70, $75 range right now when you figure all that in. Okay, now for our business model, and I'm not going to read all this text, but as I said earlier, actually that 80-20 split between domestic and international, that was last year. So this year it's about 33 because all of our international business is pretty much wholesale. And then our domestic wholesale business is a small percentage of it, but that's increasing as well. We just picked up a new customer that's a salon chain in Texas. They have 6 locations in Texas, and then they have a location in Brentwood, California, which is just a spa, but this is a salon and spa. It's called Milk and Honey, and we're going to be doing some partnerships with them coming up like November 1st because we're going to do a big marketing push, so you'll see some of that. So those of you in Texas, if you know about Milk and Honey, they're in Austin, they're in Dallas, and you can go in there, you can get our products, and they have stylists that we work with them and do some training for textured hair services. So if you want to get a twist out, you want to get a wash and go, they actually have stylists that know how to provide these services. And then real quick to talk about this. So we were talking about the EU compliance. That's been completed. We're working on registration in Kuwait, which we should have done pretty soon. We did launch our private Facebook group. Now the group is called the Inahsi Curl Collective, and that group is for any customer, anybody. If you bought one product, then that's the group we have, and that creates that community and helps us to encourage that repeat business. And then the logo we have on the side here, that's our Inahsi Curl Society. Now that's going to be even a higher level group that we will launch. So based on how much business you've done with us, that determines who gets into that group, and then we'll cultivate that type of group as well. Okay, so Inahsi Naturals, we're saying we're poised for growth. I just talked about the 2 distributors that we picked up in Spain, and I put a couple of their social media posts in here because they're promoting the products pretty heavy. We're getting a lot of like Insta stories and stuff that they're tagging us in every day because they're pushing it so hard over there. They're doing pretty well. Again, we already talked about the distributor in Kuwait. There's some statistics over to the right. Just talking about the global market, these are some of the industry statistics. And so when we look at this, 85.5 billion global market in 2017, and in 2024, 102 billion. I mean, these numbers seem really huge, but that's just giving you an idea of the size of the market and the growth that's in the market. And we want to get a piece of that growth. And when you look at some of the largest growing regions, so like the Asia Pacific region, again, we have wholesale customers in that region. I forgot to mention earlier, we have a few customers in Australia, and that's in that region as well. So I mean, we out there, y'all. Okay, so when we talk about funding needs, now this is a glimpse. These are kind of some stock photos, but actually this picture kind of in the bottom with this automated production line, we have this equipment sitting out in our shop right now. We were able to obtain the equipment, and we're working to get things set up. So what this is going to do is basically increase our capacity. Right now, we have like tabletop equipment, and we have people you can sit it there, you hit the button, and it fills the bottle and that kind of thing. This automated equipment is going to increase our capacity to the point where, like right now, we can do something like three containers per minute. Okay, and I forgot what that equates to on a monthly basis, but with the equipment, it bumps us up to say 12, 13 containers per minute, and we can do something like 115 containers a month. Okay, just to give you an idea. So some of the plans we have to expand not only our own e-commerce globally, but even a potential entry into retail. we talk about that all the time, and so we can, you know, I'm sure we'll have questions. I mean, we like e-commerce, but when that time comes to get ready to potentially go into retail, we'll be able to handle, you know, that potential demand. We need to expand our team. Right now, you know, me and Rhonda, we've been rocking this thing, and we've had some help with different types of agencies and stuff, but we really need that internal team, that world-class team for us to put that together so we can go ahead and just really push this thing out there. You know, and then increase our marketing spend. All of that, you know, again, is associated with what we need the funds for.
Okay, so press, our products was talked about in Vogue for Coming to America, Well and Good. So we've been in there, and Birdie. We don't have Ebony, Madame Noor, Naturally Curly, which is the largest curly hair page. I did an article in there as an expert, and so there's a ton of others I can't think of right now, but yeah, that's just a few.
Yeah. So, and I think this is our last slide. And just to kind of mention, so some of you all on the call, you're familiar with Shea Moisture. You know, now I say recently, really a few years ago, when they were acquired by Unity, the valuation was 1.6 billion. And then we've seen earlier this year, I'm sure you all have seen what's going on with, say, Mayo Organics, if you're familiar with them. They did a private equity deal, big institutional, a 9-figure, like they got so much money they didn't even want to tell you what it was. They just said 9 figures.
9 figures, right?
Okay, and they still control their business, you know. Right. And so that's really impressive. Another similar company, many of you are familiar with Curl Mix. Curl Mix did a crowdfunding campaign, and they raised over $5 million crowdfunding. Not VC. So, you know, this area, this industry, this is the time to get in, and, you know, we would love to partner with you all, you know, our community, give everyone the opportunity to take this ride with us, because, I mean, we are poised and ready. We just need to pull these final pieces together so we can scale this business, and, you know, come in with us, take this ride with us, enjoy the success with us. You know, as we take this thing as far as we can take it. So that's our presentation.
Wonderful. Very, very good. Okay, guys, please put your questions in the Q&A. Didn't I say that they got that global market on lock? It's getting ready. Man, when I saw that component of the business, I was like, oh, this is next level. Okay, I see y'all. Okay. We ain't just talking about the Walgreens, okay?
You know, it's interesting because it's a thing where, like, it all just kind of happened organically. Like, there's no secret formula or anything that we did that we're not telling nobody. I mean, basically, like Rhonda said, Rhonda goes live on Instagram pretty much weekly, and all of our wholesale customers that we have right now, they pretty much found us on social media, and they approached us. Yeah. And we started doing business with them. And it all started off small, you know, relatively small order, and it's just growing. Yeah. You know, we try, they support us, we support them, and it's just growing. Yeah.
I love it. And I love that your products speak to all of the curly hair textures, you know, because some products only speak to a certain type of curl pattern, right?
Right.
And I always struggle with that because I'm a 3B kind of, you know, 3C. Yeah. And so, you know, I'm a little tighter in some areas. So I tend to just stay flat iron because I'm natural. I've been natural for 17 years now. Oh, okay. But I stay flat iron because I can't find products that give me the nice curl without it looking, you know, kind of right. You know, I know you're telling me to rock my curl, but sometimes, Rhonda, I'm not so I don't do it because, you know, I want to look good. So I'm excited to try the products. I'm really excited to try them. I'm going to place an order this week because I am super excited to try them and see how they work.
You know what? I'm really glad you brought that up because the thing is, like with our products, so when Rhonda started this is a typical started in your kitchen story, right? And Rhonda started this product line with kind of basically her hair in mind, right? So our people, right? And what happened was, just like I described about the international, people from all kind of backgrounds started just trying our products, and they figured out, oh, this works for my hair too, because stuff like, like shampoo and conditioners, like that's pretty universal. The styling products is where it starts to get there, but like again, Rhonda developed the products for curly textured hair. So whatever variety of curly textured hair you have, we have something that will work for you.
Right. So people even be like, 4C, oh, I got 4 hair type, my hair, and then they see our products and they use them. They're like, oh my goodness, because they see a person with wavy hair, more Caucasian hair. They're like, oh, them products don't work for me. And then like we post, if you go to our Instagram page, we got, hair. I mean, the pro, and they're using it when we have people with wavy hair, everywhere in between. And it's like, that is something that I really, when I formulated the products, I really wanted our brand to really exemplify that. Like everybody, if you want to rock your curls, if you don't, and we do have, we have people who straighten, like flat iron their hair too. They can use our products because I formulated that, because yes, you have curls, but then you want to switch it up. You don't want to wear your hair curly all the time. Sometimes you want to flat iron, sometimes you want to wear a weave, sometimes you wear locks, sometimes you wear braids. So we have you covered for every point in your journey.
I love that. I'm going to get to the questions, I promise. But I just want to know, Rhonda, what was the inspiration for the hair and body butter product?
Ooh, like, how did you got to try that.
I saw that and I was like, come on, sis. I can rub it on my ashy elbows and put it in my hair.
I use it every single day. Like I go through withdrawals, like literally your elbows, heels. We use shea butter, mango butter. We use just coconut oil. And we don't skimp. Like we use a nice percentage. But people love it. We tried to discontinue that product literally because it's a butter and it melts in the summer. The customers went off. They was like, what? Like, I will put it, I will mix it up, I will blend it. The emails that we got. So we was like, okay, we're not gonna discontinue
the innovation with coming up with something like that. I was like, see, they not playing. They not playing.
That's the intro into our expansion into skin, because people ask us too, are you gonna do skincare? And of course, that's a natural progression. So there's so much opportunity in this space. Like it's just people like, oh, are you gonna do men? It's whatever the customer wants. Somebody even asked, are you gonna do a dry shampoo? Which I'm like, you have to listen to it. And I'm like, I've never used it. I don't know, but this is a demand. Hey, I formulate. So hey, look, whatever you need, I'm in the lab formulating, mixing it up. So I'm whatever the customer want. That is what we'll create it, and I'll learn about it myself. If I don't know, I'm gonna learn about it.
So as a business, Rhonda has the exact right attitude about that dry shampoo. Just the concept of I'm just gonna spray, but I'm not actually watching. Okay.
People love it though, Brian. People love dry shampoo.
I'm just old school. What do I know? People out here buying it, so don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. And watch, I'm sitting here talking like this, and next year we're gonna be selling one.
Exactly. Yeah. And you're gonna sell out of it too.
Right. Then I'll be sitting here like, well, hey, it's selling.
So we've got some questions in the Q&A, so let me read them.
Yes.
Chris says, I'm impressed with you guys' background and the product, not to mention you're from Chi-Town. But my question is, how do you plan to stand out among this growing market?
Oh, yeah. Well, I definitely. So first of all, like I said, I am a chemist. And so a lot of companies, they would hire somebody like me to formulate their product. So that's first thing. So that sets me apart. I'm a Black chemist, first of all. And also Brian is an engineer. So just as I formulate the products, he manufactured, he has a background in product development. And so all the processes that we manufacture our products. So he actually came up with all of the processes for us. So that's something usually people go to a co-packer for that. So we do everything in-house. We formulate, we manufacture. And then also what sets us apart is that we are EU compliant. We didn't go to a broker to have them do it. We did it ourselves. We actually are, so we have that part. We don't have to share with anybody else. This is something that Inahsi owns. We own 100% of our formulation. We own our processes. Right. We own that we are compliant. And also to take it a step further, I think we are more engrossed into the international market than any of our competitors. Like we have really been expanding. And so that's some of the things that sets us apart.
Very good. Deborah says, I'm interested in possibly purchasing wholesale. Will this info be available on your website?
Yes, you know what? I saw somebody was asking about wholesale prices and I just put it in the chat. So there's a link. We have a wholesale registration form. Fill out the form and then, you know, we'll set you up an account and then we can take it from there.
Wonderful. Very good.
Yeah. And real quick, just to say for wholesale, for especially for stylists, we do have back bar sizes. Yeah. So we go up to a 64 ounce, like the shampoos and conditioners. A lot of brands, like natural brands like us, and that's another thing that sets us apart. A lot of them don't do those sizes. Right. We do the 2 ounce sizes, so people can purchase the product. You know, those are like $5 a piece, and they're great to use for sampling. So for your clients, so they can try out the products. They don't have to buy the full size and then find out it don't work for them.
Good. Luana says, sorry, I joined late and this question might have been answered already, but are your products focused on all hair types?
Yes. Yeah, we kind of talked about that. So all hair types, I guess, no, because I'm trying to, when you say all hair, like even straight hair, so pretty much like the shampoos and conditioners, pretty much universal. The styling products, you know, they'll range for, like Rhonda was talking about, type 2 wavy. So we have a lot of, you know, Caucasian customers, Latina customers. So they're in that type 2, type 3 range. And then of course the products were formulated for, you know, more type 4 hair. Right. So we have our leave-in conditioner, which is a heavier, creamier conditioner. But we have some lighter products too.
I was saying for locks. I saw somebody said you have products for locks. And so yes, my daughter, she just started locking her hair. She just but yeah, my nephew, he used our products. He actually does locks. And so the products that we have for locks, of course, are shampoo, our gentle cleansing shampoo and our clarifying shampoo, because you want to remove buildup. So those shampoos are good. Our deep conditioner is hands down amazing. I've had people with locks, they're like, oh my goodness, what kind of stuff you done put in this deep conditioner, because my locks are like tiny. Okay, so that one. And then for your styling, we have a very light, our new collection, our Pamper My Curls collection is very light, so for moisture. And depending upon and how you create your locks, that whole collection is good, because you can even use the gel. I know some people don't use gels, they just use oil. So if you use oil and water, you can use our elixir that's in the Pamper My Curls collection to create your locks. Because that's my daughter. She's like, Mommy, no, I can't put gel into my locks. It makes, I'm learning, I don't know. So she's teaching me, but she uses our elixir and then our Pamper My Curls to moisturize the spray, the all-in-one sprays to help keep it moisturized.
Nice. Eddie says, what are your year-to-date sales versus expenditures?
So year-to-date sales are, we were just looking at this, I think we hit about 490,000. So we're close to what we did all of last year. And we expect to eclipse that expenditure. So I'll put it this way, gross margin wise, we're probably in the close to 50% range, gross margin. So that's considering our cost of goods. And then expense wise, we've had a lot of expenses this year that are like growing expenses, because again, like I just talked about this equipment that we purchased, like an equipment lease, we would pop it all down at once. But the point is, that's on our books. So we do have a lot of expenses this year. And then coming into the end of the year, I kind of don't want to give you like the number right now today, really, only because the end of the year is when we like Black Friday time. That's when we're going to get like a big push in terms of our revenue. So like right now, the overall, let's say if I looked at the overall net income, it's lower now than what it's going to be at the end of the year. So that's what we were saying.
Got you. Stephanie Banks says, apologies if I missed it. There are 3 questions. Oh yeah, Stephanie, they went over all these, but let's review them again. Products currently being sold. How will the funds be used to scale the business? And are there any reviews of the products available?
Okay, so for reviews, I'm gonna take that one, and I'm gonna type real quick in the chat because I know it's easy to misspell our business, our name, www.inahsi.com. Check for reviews. So you can check our website for reviews. When you go to the website, right on the left, there's a little tag that says reviews, and you can click that, and pretty much all the products have a review. In terms of how the money will be used, basically to generally scale the business. So we talked about equipment. We've got some equipment already. There's more equipment that we need in order to scale our capacity so that we can continue our expansion globally. We talked about all the countries that we're in right now, and we're looking to expand. We're looking to grow our sales in the US, with our e-commerce business. We want to really hit that hard and grow it. So like right now, pretty much all of our business comes through our own website domestically. We're on Amazon, but not in a really huge way. So that's something that we're going to change. We're going to come out on Amazon really strong for the end of the year and kind of see how that works out. And then we're looking at retail opportunities. We got to have the right partner because retail is like, they'll do you if you let them. We can talk, right? So we have to be careful with that. But that's kind of some of the growth plans. I forgot the first question.
Oh, actually, you answered them. It was how do you sell them? What are the funds used for? Okay. And then the reviews. So you answered all 3 of them. Latrice is saying, have you gone to We Buy Black yet?
We have a
go to their Instagram page, and they did an editorial interview on us, and we still need to do our there's like a video interview. And we supposed to do that too, and so we're still working on that with them to get that done.
If you go there before the 17th, there's a code there, coupon code there.
That's right.
For We Buy Black custom people.
That's right.
So go to their Instagram.
Right. So if you check out the Instagram, you'll find the coupon code, and you got 20% right there.
Nice. Eddie says this market is highly competitive with new products coming to market daily. What is the core marketing speech that Inahsi will use to capture market share?
That's, what? I guess I'll put it this way. First of all, absolutely acknowledge, yes, it's very competitive. There's a lot of brands. We talked about some of the brands as part of our presentation. I think for us, the thing about it is we kind of figured out like we're kind of technical people, really. Rhonda's a chemist, I'm an engineer. Now we can sell, we can market, but what we do is we put everything on the product. So it's all about the quality of our products, the fact that we own the whole process. So what we say is in the product is what's in it. And the way we say the product will work is how they're going to work. And so it's a really basic message. We make products for people with textured curly hair that work. Now that may seem real simple. It may seem like, you're not trying to answer the question, but there's a whole lot of products. I remember we went to the Cosmoprof, we went to the World Natural Hair Show a few years back, and we were talking to them, and y'all probably have heard of Talia Wajid. She's the one that runs that show, and she has her product line. And we had a little breakout session, and one of the things she said was like, y'all, how many of y'all have bought some products and not one of those products worked, but they had real good marketing, right? And so that's how really, we plan to grow and continue to grow. And that's why we're here, is because when we tell people the marketing that we do have, the messaging we have, and they hear that message and they decide to try our product, when they try it,
They come
I can't
back.
tell you how many
Yeah.
times people come back
The
to us,
retention.
and it seems simple, but they're like actually amazed that these products work the way y'all said they would work. You know what I mean? And then they just keep coming back.
Right.
And so that's
see,
how we do it.
yeah. And that's the retention. And so also what really our marketing is more so community, because people really like the fact that they can relate, that I can relate to them, that we're a company like I mean, you'll see if you go to a Republic and you see some of the reviews on there, people are like, I like their mission. I like the fact that they, understand, what I'm going through. They're empowering, and it's like a lot of companies not doing that. Like, yeah, they got the marketing budget, but can they connect with the customer? Are they developing community? Are they the customer? I'm the voice of the customer. I understand. I know what it feels like to feel inadequate because you wearing your curls. I know what it feels like for a family to say, what you gonna do with your hair? I get that. And I understand, the struggle of trying to understand this thing. And it's not that simple. And so that's what people are longing for. Another product. Yeah, there's tons of products, but there's nothing like that connection and community. Yeah. And that's what we provide at Inahsi.
Yeah.
Wonderful. In the chat, Luana says, another place to sell your products is Miria. Don't
Yeah,
you guys know what that is?
So we'll check
that out.
I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, neither have I, but let's just check it out. It might be useful. Miiriya.
Okay. Thank you.
Don says, what are the company's buying and selling terms? I don't know that I understand your question, Don.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure.
Yeah, Don, can you clarify a little bit for us, and we'll come back to that one.
Yeah.
Deborah says, I'm all gray. Can your products work on gray hair without turning it yellow? I can only use white cream-based products, usually coconut, because it's all white. Anything with color usually stains my gray.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I have gray too. I'm gray. And so definitely our products, and that's another thing that people with gray hair, my mom, she loves it. Like she's all gray, and she goes to the salon, and they are so amazed at how well and healthy her hair is. And here's a prime example. Her hair was all healthy, and my sister, she used another brand, which I'm not gonna say, because she said, I ran out of your product, and the stylist was like, you need to use your sister's product because whatever you use, it ain't work. So I got tons of testimony, but definitely, yes, creams are your friend. Conditioners, those, and we do have that. What I recommend definitely is our gentle cleansing shampoo, which is in a mint green bottle, as well as our deep conditioner, which is our restorative hair mask. That will definitely help you. And then our aloe hibiscus leave-in, which is also a cream. Depending upon how you style your hair, I don't know if you do twist styles or if you're doing a wash and go. If you do a wash and go, definitely our strong cold gel will give you your curls that you need. Yeah, I would just say go there. There's really no products in our line that I would think that you should stay away from. I mean, it's really, there are products, like I said, I formulated them with myself in mind, and then our family, and then I expanded out. So yeah, definitely, if you want a starter, shampoo and conditioner, our wash day collection will be great for you to start out. If you just want to do the shampoo, the washing, for styling, I would say use our, I'm drawing a blank now. The Rock Your Curls. I'm trying to think of the name of the collection. It's All About the Curls collection. Yeah, all about the Curls collection. Yeah. So right there, I'm gonna put that in chat. So if you're gray, Wash Day collection, and then All About the Curls collection is your lineup for your hair if you're gray.
So y'all just got a taste of why people buy our products over the competition. Because where are you going to get that from the founder? But you're not getting that from no Unilever. You're not getting that from Prima Nature. You're not getting that from
Not at all. Nope. We're definitely not getting a personal consult from
Consult, right? A personal consult.
Right. Be calling you later to see what I need to get.
And to button up what she said, none of our products have any artificial colors.
Right.
So if you're gray, you can use anything you sell.
Yes.
All of them are white. All of the creams are white.
Right, right. And we use very natural ingredients.
Right.
They are plant-based, they are silicone-free, so they are, you know, as natural as you can do.
Good. Kim says, what are your plans for expanding to countries on the continent of Africa?
Oh, yes.
I'm glad you asked that question.
Yes.
So we've been talking to, we've had a few inquiries. Africa is more challenging only because, as you already probably know, on the continent of Africa, they're all different countries and they have all different regulations. So it's a little more challenging than going to the EU, only because when we did the EU registration, so now that gets you all of those countries that are EU. And even with them, they messed up their stuff with all that Brexit. So then when UK jumped out, now, you know, the EU registration covers that as well, but we had to pay an extra fee to also have UK because now they have to pay duties and VAT and all that to go back and forth to Europe. So for the continent of Africa, right now, our goal is to be on the continent of Africa in a major way next year. And we would like to be in the countries we're looking at are Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa. Was there any place else? For right now. And the reason we chose those countries is because in those countries, we don't have to do any translation to the labels. They accept English as accepted language on the product label. So we don't have to go through a lot of hoops for that. But again, you know, like we could go and get approved and do what we need to do for Ghana, but that doesn't mean that that's okay for Nigeria. You know, they may have their own, like everybody has their own Ministry of Health and all of that. And so, but yes, we definitely would like to be in Africa, and that's one of our major goals for next year.
Very good. So Don's got a couple of questions. I'm going to kind of combine them. Okay. So he says, we see positive sales growth. Are you making money or losing? Is net income positive or negative for June 2021?
So I'll give you leading up to now, we've been profitable since 2018. And then this year, this month, we're probably negative. July was a lower month. And we've seen that across the board this year, that July was like, for e-commerce, kind of tight. June was good. August was an excellent month for us. And again, it's because this year, our business is a little bit more, I guess I could say volatile, because more of it is going to wholesale. So what will happen is, so for instance, last year, we had that nice steady clip in terms of like daily sales and daily orders, and then you get the wholesale on top of that. And this year, some of those daily orders, like consumer orders, they're a little bit more sporadic. Like you'll have a good day and then another day, it might not be so great. But then we'll get, like, for instance, we got the 2 distributors that we launched in Spain that came through with big orders for us. And then last month, we had a number of big wholesale orders. And so what we're doing right now to improve that and to be able to predict that is, like, we just requested from our wholesale customers, hey, send us your forecast for the next 6 to 12 months. So we've had a few respond already. And so we can kind of see what's in the pipeline in that respect.
Good. And you answered a little bit of this with what you just stated. So Don's additional question says, talk about the next 12 to 18 months. What are you planning to do to meet your 2022 sales forecast? Are you planning to hire a sales manager and a sales team?
Yes. You know, it's interesting. So we have a friend of ours, and he happens to be the person who even referred us to 10K Project. And he works in this industry. He's worked in supply chain, and he's really good in terms of finance and whatnot. And so we're consulting with him now, and we're working with him on a weekly basis. And that's one of the things that we actually just talked about, is kind of formalizing our whole sales process. Because right now it's organic. Like we're an e-commerce business. So especially when you talk about direct to consumer, when people decide they want to place an order, they come in there and they place an order. So, and that's why we're starting to have some of these conversations again about retail. Because when you talk about having a sales manager and a sales team, most of the time, like in this industry, let's say if it's outside sales, let's say you got a broker. Well, you've got a broker who's been taking you around trying to get you on the shelf with different retailers. So he may try to get you in, he or she, with say a particular distributor. And we've dealt with a couple of distributors in the past, and some of those situations we didn't like, but we're in a better position now, so we may revisit. Or today, especially with all the diversity stuff happening, a number of retailers, they've got different accelerators and initiatives because they're looking for Black-owned businesses. So Sephora has an accelerator that we're looking at and considering. Target, they've had accelerator in the past, but for us, we prefer to just go directly to them and say, hey, we don't need another 6 months to figure out if we want to sell to you, quite honestly. But my point is, there's a lot of initiatives out here, and so we are looking at that. But to clearly answer your question, yes, that is part of what we would be using the funds for, to have a more professional and kind of more directed sales team and sales process.
Wonderful. And Tammy in the chat says Addy can help. ADDI. Do you guys know what that is?
No, I've never heard it.
Tammy, what's ADDI? What's Addy?
Wow.
And do those letters stand for something? Tell us more.
It's a trade expo in Ghana for Africans in the diaspora, December 2nd through the 13th.
Oh,
all right.
raddy.org. Okay, check that.
We got
Check
it.
that out. Thank you.
10K Project members don't play. They got all the inside scoop.
Thank you. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Tammy.
Yes.
Yes, we definitely appreciate that. Something we did this summer. We participated in, some of the, when you have a small business like us, people always kind of direct you to the Small Business Administration, and then you've got the Small Business Development Centers. And early on, we didn't make use of a lot of those services, but we were able to make use of something like that last summer, and we did, or this summer, excuse me. So they had an export tech. It's called Export Tech. It's like a cohort program that they did, and we spent 2 weeks doing that. And I was mostly the one involved with it. But they do trade missions. So, and they show you how to access all the different agencies. So like our state agency here in Illinois, they do trade missions. So if you want to go to a trade show in another country, you can get some grant money to offset your costs so that you can go and do that type of thing. So something like information like this is real helpful. So we appreciate that.
Nice. Chris says, I don't know if this is a crazy question, but can you guys explain 2B, 4B, and so on? I'm a male and don't know. Chris, it's a wonderful question. Some women don't know. So that's
right. I tell you, yeah. So basically, I think his was Andre Walker. I think it was Oprah's stylist came up with this numbering system. So basically, it goes from like 2A, you have basically the way your curl pattern is. So more of a 2 hair type would be wavy. So you can have more like a springy hair curl pattern versus, I mean, it's probably pull it up on the internet, whatever. But
that's what I was just getting ready to see if we can get a visual.
Yeah, a graphic, a visual. Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I know we don't have one at the ready only because
I've got one.
There's different people have different opinions about the curls.
Right.
So unfortunately, sometimes like there's a lot of like what can we say, bullying and things like that. There's the perfect
there it is.
So
yes, yeah. That's
what Rhonda was saying. So 2A, that's what they call that wavy. It's like a wave more than a curl. And you see 2B a little more wavy. When you get in the 3s, it's a like you were saying, like a coil, like a spray. And then the type 4 hair, it's a tighter curl or even a more kinky curl pattern.
And Chris, typically this is the curl pattern, your natural curl pattern when your hair is wet.
Wet, yes.
That's what it's based on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Chris, that was a great question.
Yeah, that was, because I
That was a good question. Let me stop sharing. Okay. Kenneth says, what are your exit plans if you anticipate such a deal?
That's a great question, because we go back and forth about that all the time. And honestly, these days, it probably depends on what day
what day of the week.
If we're having a bad day,
it's like
then the exit strategy is somebody come up in here and buy this thing because we done today. On a better day, it may be we don't want to give up our business. So I think for us, it's one of those situations where we never say never. We're a typical small business owner. You start your business and it's your baby, so you don't want to give it up. But as we've gone through this process of raising capital and just dipping our toe into this whole ecosystem with the crowdfunding, there's other opportunities for us to raise capital that are materializing out here that we'll probably take advantage of as we come toward the end of our crowdfunding campaign. It may happen before, but most likely even after. And so when you start dealing with, say, these angel investors, and even if you start talking about VCs and stuff like that, then, that exit strategy has to be clear, obviously. So right now, typically in our industry, you do see a decent amount of acquisitions that happen. So for instance, we talked about Shea Moisture. They got acquired by Unilever when they did that. Now, Carol's daughter that was years ago. L'Oreal swallowed them up. And so that potentially could happen. Right now, I think our ideal situation would be, in a situation like that, we would more so want to do maybe like a joint venture type of thing where we may have a company acquire a stake in our business, but we still want to control the business. So that's kind of where our head is at right now, is that we would more so still want to control it, because for us, it really is, it is a bit of a passion project, and it's all about the product. You see how we talk about the product and how Rhonda interacts. And, if you just sell it and somebody else just takes it, and it's just a transactional type thing, you've seen it. The product is probably not going to stay the same, because they're going to come in and like, oh man, we can cut all kind of costs out of this. You see how much shea butter they were using?
Oh yeah.
You see how much of this ingredient they actually put that much in here. People ain't gonna know that. So and that's what happens when you sometimes when you get acquired. So right now, yes, an acquisition is not off the table. We just want to have the right type of deal.
Good. I'm going to go to Don. Responded to our follow-up question. So when the question about the terms, he says, yes, the buying and selling terms for the product ingredients. Inahsi Naturals buys ingredients to make their products. Are their terms 30, 45, or 60? Just trying to get to know when they must repay the suppliers.
So it depends. And that was one of my projects this year, was for us to move up into working with larger distributors where we could get terms accounts and get some time to pay, so that then on the other end, when we're selling, because see, that goes hand in hand with that whole retail discussion. So when you go to retail, they may come to us with $100,000 order, a $500,000 order, but guess what? They're not paying us for 45 to 90 days. 45 to 90 days. And then so we have to finance that inventory to be able to send to them and then wait to get paid. So to answer your question, we have a number of distributors right now where we have 30-day terms. 2020, most of our distributors we paid up front. A lot of them were they're wholesale distributors. Now we're not buying this stuff at Whole Foods, but they were online businesses, and I do all the purchasing right now. And I have my ones that I would use to go to their website, order the raw materials, have them shipped here. But now, see, we're scaling. And so in growing, buying things, instead of buying something in a 5-gallon pail, we're buying 55-gallon drums now. We're buying pallets and stuff because we're shipping pallets and stuff. And so we have quite a few that we, I would say, to try to give you percentage, we're probably about maybe at least 40% of what we buy, we can get on 30-day terms, you know, and maybe more. You know, if I actually looked at it, I'm just kind of, you know, back of my head thinking about what I've set up so far. And I've got a number of distributors that I'm looking for to try to work with.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Very good. Oh,
Thema.
Thema just
Thank
placed
you.
an order,
She
y'all.
just placed an order.
Yes. Don says the continent of Africa is a challenge. Maybe consider expanding to the Virgin Islands, Bermuda, or Bahamas.
Oh, yes.
That's
Yes.
We may have actually somebody who I can connect you with. So we've got one of the founders that came and pitched his water purifying system. His name is Niman, and he is doing big things in the Caribbean. He's making contacts with government agencies in all the Caribbean countries. Wow. Yeah, he didn't start out on the continent of Africa because of some of the challenges. Yeah. So he went to the Caribbean. So I'll make a note and I'll introduce you guys.
Oh, please do that. And so a quick comment on that. You know, over the years, we've had some customers purchase who live in the Caribbean, and we've back when we dealt with a particular distributor here in the US. Now, this distributor is Korean owned, and they're the ones that they supply all of like the Korean owned beauty supply stores, you know, in different communities. And so, but we were dealing with them at that time. Now, this was 2017. And they had like some trade shows. So we went to the trade shows where they have warehouses. They happen to have a warehouse in Florida. And that show went the best of all of their shows because they had a lot of customers come in from the islands. And so now they're coming into the show and we're seeing each other like, oh man, it's black. Oh, okay. And so, you know, it was received well, but that's been a long time. And even then, it depends on the island. Like I remember there was some people from Martinique that were there, and another island was Guadeloupe. Now, those islands are like under French control. And so they were like, hey, you have to have French on the label. And we weren't EU compliant at that time. So they couldn't buy from us then, but they can now. And so that's an excellent suggestion. So we definitely appreciate that. We actually had a conversation. I've been trading emails with a young lady in Martinique, or not Martinique, Mozambique, who asked about our products. And when she reached out immediately, I'm like, okay, tell me what you need. And like and when you say it's a challenge in continent Africa, she was like, I asked her, well, if you were to import, say, from South Africa, how would that work? And she said, no, we can't import from South Africa because they dump a lot here. And she was telling me about how basically to place an order, it cost me 4 times that amount in order to get it here. When I consider the shipping, her country, they add an import tax equal to the amount of the invoice. So it's just, it's amazing. Yeah. It's just like, I don't know how you can do business like that, you know? And so, yeah, we're learning about some of those challenges, but these are the things that we need to learn to overcome so that we can do business, you know, basically with our people.
It's almost like you need a branch of the company in the continent.
Yeah.
That's what you mean. They make the continent's supply. Right.
You know what? Yeah. And I think like if you look at some of these old school brands, some of the old heads, I would call them, like Luster. I think the brother from Design Essentials, like they're over there. And I know some brokers we talked to in the past, I know that there are some that actually do exactly what you said. They actually produce the product over there. See, and then you get around all of that import export stuff. Yeah. We're not quite there yet, but maybe one day.
2025.
That's right. Yes.
Okay. Jesse has a couple of questions. Jesse says, many Black hair manufacturers were run out of the business by another ethnic group during the 70s and 80s. Yes. How will you defend against this happening again? Is acquisition part of an exit strategy? And then I'll go to his second question after or her. I don't know if Jesse's a male or female, but we'll go to the next question after we answer that one.
Okay. So I think, honestly, if you look at just kind of, if you've been on this call for a little while, where we talk about like how we market our product, how we set ourselves apart, having that connection with the founder of the business who actually represents the customer, that's a big way of how we combat that. And so, yeah, we're very well aware of kind of some of that history. And we've talked to some people in the industry about kind of what happened and how that happened. But basically, honestly, we've talked to a few kind of old heads, so to speak. And what we've been told is in some ways, our community kind of gave away this industry in some instances, in the terms of, I think what the concern is about selling their businesses. And and that's why it really ties into why we're crowdfunding. Because when you look at the struggles that we have as Black-owned businesses, access to capital and things like that. I mean, now we could go out here and get some working capital loan, but it's like the loan shark loans that's out here, like it's predatory. The interest is just outrageous. I mean, just something as simple as a line of credit through your own bank. We had to jump through so many hoops. We had to go to a different bank to get a line of credit this summer. And the bank we were working with, we'd applied a number of times to get that. So, those are the challenges. I think in terms of like our industry and our product, we can compete very well. We have no concern with that. It's like this other kind of ancillary stuff, the outside stuff of running your business, where we need that support so that we can just have a strong foundation and keep doing what we're doing.
Right. So that's why too it's so important that you guys here, because you're on this call, but we can have a ripple effect. Like when you invest, you tell others, like we could do this. Like we don't have to sell out or whatever. We can actually, we can do this. It's just we need support. Like we are ready. The sleeves are raised. We are ready to work, but we hit a brick wall because of finance. I mean, I'm just gonna say capital. It's capital intensive. It is a lot of money, and these people out here. I mean, we were just reading something where a company they just seed A, they just 20 million they raised. I mean, they and it's like what or just pre-seed they're getting like 3 million. I was on a call and it was a company. Oh yeah, we just 3 million pre-seed. It was just like what So it is it's just a different standard. But I'm keep pushing. I'm hopeful, and I'm just hoping that I can just spark people, because honestly, it's tough because this hasn't been done before, especially in the hair care industry, where we are crowdfunding like this. Like, yeah, Curlmix did it, but until that, it's just not common. So trying to get your customers to be like, invest in, this is your future. They're like, girl, give me some hair products. All right, okay, that's good. I support you. And some people do. Some people are like, I am investing because I love your products, but it is like an uphill climb trying to convince people that this is going to help you in the long run to invest in our company. So yeah, but we're still pressing. We're still moving.
Yeah. So I want to put a pin in the exit strategy conversation for a minute, because I've noticed it, especially here at 10K. That question comes up every single week, right? Everybody's asked about the exit strategy, and I can tell we've got a community of people that when the answer is I want to sell it, they get a little mad, right? That doesn't sit well, because historically we've come up with these amazing things and we sell a lot of it, right? And sometimes we sell an idea or a company to do something even bigger, right? So it's not always about selling out, right? But the capital conversation is a real conversation. I'm glad we're having it, because that's where we come in, right? That's where the 10K project enters stage left, right? If you just heard the Marshall say, if they had the capital they needed to scale and grow and succeed with all of their goals, then they don't have to entertain VC money or sell anything. Venture capital, venture partnerships, or they don't have to entertain any of those things.
That's right.
That's right. I am nobody's financial advisor, right? So I'll say that my job is never to tell you what to invest in, but conceptually, the 10K project exists because our Black founders need our help. right?
Yes.
We buy Black. Why don't we invest Black, right?
Yes.
Right.
And maybe if we invested Black more, they'd stay Black owned.
Oh,
This is not hard math. This is
Right,
old
right.
math. This ain't new math.
This
Right.
is-
This is
Right, exactly.
math.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
so the concept is simple. That's why we're here. We're here
Yeah.
to help them so they don't have to sell out, right?
Right, exactly.
Successful. Now, let's not be deceived in the fact that some acquisitions are good, right?
Right,
I
Yep.
mean, the slide you had $1.9 billion.
right.
Offer you that, please take it, because I'm going
Yeah.
to and I want you to take the $1 billion.
Right.
Right.
Right? The $1.9
Right.
billion.
1.9.
Right.
So, I mean, sometimes the selling of one's company is not a bad thing, especially when you look at it from an investor standpoint. That's what this
Right.
is. These are
Right.
investments we're making. So when Rhonda says, share the campaign, that's what I always tell you at the end of every Tuesday, right? Share, share, share. They need eyes on this campaign. The more people that see it, right, can decide for themselves if they want to invest in it. But it starts with seeing it, right?
Yes.
Being a consumer is awesome as well, right? And sometimes
Yes.
you get to do both, right?
Right.
But the investment is for both of us. So that's why 10K does the business the way we do. The entrepreneur gets the capital they need, but we get another item in our portfolio that could potentially gain wealth for our generations to come, or even for us right now, right? We always talk about generational wealth, but sometimes I just want some today's wealth.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
Ain't got to worry about himself. I just need some today's wealth, okay?
Okay.
So,
That's right.
that's why we're here. We've
Yep.
got a few more questions. Are you guys good to keep going?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
fine.
Let's
Yeah.
go. And just to piggyback on what you just said, I want to make clear, because we see this a lot too with this crowdfunding, is people start getting self-conscious about, I don't have $10,000 to
Right.
give you. You know what? Go ahead and put in that 150.
Right.
You know what I mean? If we can get a lot of people
To put
to
in
do the 150,
yeah.
that's why we're crowdfunding.
Right.
That's precisely why we're crowdfunding. And to your point about the exit strategy situation, yeah. And you see, like when I'm answering the question, I mean, I don't mean to be dancing around it, but like I'm even having to warm up to the notion of like we may sell a portion of, like you heard me saying that. You can kind of see, you can hear it in my voice, right? Because it's not really.
Because you don't want to sell your baby, but you want your baby to grow up.
Let's be real, right? But
I get it.
But for you as an investor, how do you get your return? So now we are probably going to raise again, like I said. And when you look at these crowdfunding campaigns, when you raise again, that's the trigger event. Then we can convert you to equity and the whole thing, right? Y'all understand that. And so, but in terms of that long-term piece, I have to be open mentally to, we may have to work out some sort of deal where, like, again, we may not sell the whole thing. We still going to control it. But, these VC, these people are not giving you millions of dollars,
right?
And you just
For
gonna sit
nothing.
and run your business for the next 30
You
years.
just-
And they're gonna wait 30 years to get their return. It's just not
Yeah.
gonna happen.
As the founder of something I'm considering investing in, I respected the way you answered the question, because you don't know today, right? Because depending on the deal terms, you might
That's
consider or not consider.
Right.
So
Right.
I appreciated the honesty and the way you answered the question. I'm just speaking for myself, but I definitely appreciated it.
Thank you.
Going back to the Africa conversation, Jesse notes here that the African Continental Free Trade Agreement looks like that may be a way around some of the rules.
Oh.
African Continental Free Trade Agreement.
Okay.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Deborah says, how do you drive consumers to your site?
It's been the typical stuff. Now, we are not heavily dependent on Facebook ads, but the little bit of digital marketing that we've done, we definitely saw it take a hit with the whole iOS 14 update that just happened a couple months ago. So a lot of e-commerce businesses have been feeling it because of that. To give you some perspective, we just started doing paid Facebook ads in October of last year. So our customer base has been built up of people seeing Rhonda on Instagram every week. And basically word of mouth and increased business and influencers. I should not leave that out.
No,
yes.
don't leave them
Yeah,
out.
yeah. 2018, 2019 in particular, we had a few influencers, and this was before things got funny with the influencers. When people were like, you know, they were doing stuff. Hey, you give them some free product, and we would give them a code so they could earn some commission, and they were happy with that, and they were posting content. You know, it's a little bit different now. And so we're looking to like bolster that back up because that's where you get the traffic. But that's why we're doing the thing with like the Facebook groups and really creating that community, because it's really about the repeat business. You know, and so, you know, just some of the old school basics, well, quote unquote old school, you know, email marketing, you know, working with the stuff we have, and then we will just keep building like that.
We do have a very vibrant email list and a text list. So our customers are really active. You just got to push that right button for them, you know, get that little promotion going, and they'll buy. So I'm really grateful for that. They're really active, and then we, you know, we're really focusing on, we do want to drive more new customers, because once they try it, so we do have sampling. We are, you know, looking more so to sampling the products too. So to get people to buy, we do have travel sizes, but as far as like boxes, like subscription boxes and stuff like that, because the more people to get, new people, once we get you, because we got you. Once we get you in there, you gonna be like, yes, right. No, but I'm just with real. But yeah, I love to hear. I'm just not saying that. You can check our website, but I just love to hear feedback, testimonials. And if you don't, I'm always there to kind of say, what's going on here, to troubleshoot the education piece. So, and hey, even if you don't buy our products, I want you to have healthy hair regardless. I want you to embrace your curls and love who you are. So even if you don't buy our products, we do have the education there that will help you, but you will.
Tammy says, hello, Brazil is the largest Black population outside of Africa.
Yes, we got it. Yep.
Yeah, we're going, and
very
that's
good.
You know, yeah. So we definitely have our sights set there.
And Don has a contact in Bermuda. Don, you want to give? You guys want to give Don your email address?
Oh yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Yes, please do.
Don, they're gonna put it in the chat.
Yeah.
And then that way you guys can talk and you can share your contact.
You can email me directly.
Perfect.
Okay, hold on a second. Let's see this. I'm looking for, okay, there it is. Don Carter Jr. All right. There we go.
Perfect. Luana says, are all of your products coconut based?
No, actually, they're not. We have with coconut. I'm trying to think.
The Pamper My Curls collection.
The Pamper My Curls does not have any coconut. I'm trying to think of the ones who do versus who don't. Okay, so our aloe hibiscus leave-in does have coconut. That's the creamy one with the red bottle, and our the mint conditioner and our co-wash and our curl cream. So and our island breeze. So what's that?
So those all have coconut.
All have coconut.
Pamper My Curls, no coconut. The deep conditioner, no coconut.
Okay.
So. But all the ingredients are on our site.
I was just getting ready to say.
Yeah, just check the ingredients.
Yeah. Perfect. I was just getting ready to say.
Everybody got
the site has all the ingredients. Yeah.
Yeah, all the ingredients.
They want
no glycerin, no aloe, no. Yeah.
Pretty soon there's gonna be no product.
And Latrice says, with your engineering degree, do you plan to stay the manufacturer of your products? If so, could you plan to be the manufacturer for other products as well? I figured you could contract out work since there aren't a lot of existing Black manufacturers.
Yes. So yes. we talk about that. I mean, again, that's another one of those catch me on a good day versus bad day discussions. Um, as far as us, our goal is that we will always manufacture our product. And that don't mean that I need to, like, literally I'm today making a batch, but as we scale, it won't be me physically making the batch. Like, we can hire people to do that and train people, and they can make it just as good as we do or better in our facility. And so that's the goal as we scale, is to scale up that operation. And so that's why we need, like, again, this equipment was expensive, but we were able to get that before we got the investment. Just to be clear, the equipment is sitting out here now. And so we're going to set all that up and do our thing. As far as manufacturing for other brands, I don't know yet. I don't know that I want to be a co-packer, because at least right now today, it's a no. Because I can't handle it. I can't do it. Like, I'm literally purchasing all the raw materials myself. We just had that discussion. I'm purchasing stuff myself, y'all. I'm out here buying, the coconut oil you just talking about. I'm buying that stuff. I know where to get it. Why do I know where to buy coconut oil and mango butter? And why do I know where to buy this stuff? Mallet if I need it. But seriously, as we scale and we have developed this grow the world-class manufacturing that we have, and we have a professional staff that can manage it, then we can have some of those conversations about if we want to do something. Because I'll give you a quick example. We have a wholesale customer. She owns a salon. She's a stylist, salon owner. She's in Virginia Beach. Yep. And she came to us and she was like, "Hey, y'all, can y'all help me and develop a product line for me?" Because the stylists, they'll buy our products, but deep down, most stylists, they want their own line. And she approached us because she likes our products so much. She was like, I want to do my own line, but I want to work with y'all. And so, we told her we'll think about something, see what we can do next year, because this was right when we were about to do the crowdfunding. We were just like, we can't handle it, but next year we may do something. So in a situation like that, we could easily see ourselves helping her basically build a brand, marketing. We talked about in our presentation, we showed the picture of our children, our two girls in college. They're in school for graphic design related stuff, and they've done some of our stuff. So, I'm always thinking, so I'm like, okay, I can put them to work, and they can be doing graphics for somebody, get your labels right, get your logo right, and then we can do the manufacturing, and we can help you set up the e-commerce. So we have the structure and the foundation to be able to do something like that in the future if we want to. It's not in our immediate plans, but when we get to that level of scale that we're trying to get to, then it opens up all of those discussions and possibilities.
I love that idea, helping salon owners come up with I love that idea.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for the question.
This has been awesome, right? We didn't expect anything less, but this has been awesome. Last chance for any more questions? Any more questions? All right, we've shared the campaign link.
All right.
Guys, please share that campaign link on your social media sites. For anyone watching live, you stayed with us this whole time. Please share. For everyone watching the replay later, please share. This campaign has 198 days to go, but we want to shut them down early. Let's shut them down.
Yes.
Shut them down. Let's get them what they need and let's shut them down, y'all. We can do it. We absolutely can.
We do have a gift.
I know. I'm going to let you do your final words of your gift. I was just going to say, for me, just thank you guys for taking the time. Thank you for hanging out past our 1 hour and answering all the questions.
No problem.
No problem. I enjoyed this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate and love and enjoy. I just love people. I love connecting. I love chatting. That's what I am about. And just a little story. When I became a chemist, I was like, okay, I can't sit up in the lab. No. So God knew, like, she needs to talk. She needs to be out with people. So this is perfect for me because I just couldn't stay in the lab 24/7 by myself because I love people. So this is great.
And when you watch the replay, guys, sit the kids in front of the computer when you watch it so that they can see how cool Black chemists look, right?
Ah.
Right? So they can
That's
pay
right.
attention in chemistry class and look how cool this sister is with her own product line, her own company,
right.
and she's a chemist.
Yes.
Do that for me. Do that one.
Yes.
All right, you
All
guys
right.
got an offer for the 10K family. Let's talk about
We
it.
sure do.
We absolutely do. So what we want to do is, so if you look at the campaign page, you'll see the perks. And I think with the perks we're offering, depending on the investment level, you get some level of free product. And I think we added some gift card options along with that, just for the normal perks. So obviously you'll get that at whatever level you invest. And then for 10K, when you invest, any investment level, so 150 on up, we're gonna give you the choice of a free 8-ounce product. And I'm trying to look at my screen because I almost want to show you a picture real quick while I'm talking about them, if you don't mind.
We don't mind at all.
Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna share my screen real quick, because this will be a lot easier. All right. So what we're offering is the leave-in conditioner. I'm gonna blow this up. Come on. Okay, the leave-in conditioner, the gentle cleansing shampoo, which is the one right next to it, and then the deep conditioner, which is kind of this kind of brownish or beige in the jar. So any one of those three products, 8-ounce product, free with your investment in our campaign. You will receive that when the campaign closes. And so what we would need you to do is, if you invest, we just need to get your email and let us know that, hey, I invested from the 10K project. And so I think you can do that through Tawana. That can help us out with that. And when you invest, you could probably even also send us a message through the portal. Okay, so you can send individual messages, and if you send a message, hey, I'm from the 10K project, here's my email address, we can catch it that way too, but I don't want to confuse things. But just so you know, when you invest, it's not like when you come and place an order on our website and then we have your contact information. They're very strict about these crowdfunding campaigns. So even if you invest, we can only communicate with you through the portal. Like, we don't have your email address unless you give it to us a different way. And so that's all we need is invest with us, free 8-ounce, one of those free 8-ounce products, and we'll send you a promo code at the end of the campaign, and then you can use that code to basically order the product, and it'll be free, and the shipping will be free also. You just place your order.
Okay, so let's go over that again. I'm gonna break it down. So yes. What the offer is a coupon code. No, pull the slide back up.
Oh, we'll put that back up. Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. A coupon code.
Yep.
For a free 8-ounce product, but it has to be one of these three, right? So the aloe hibiscus leave-in.
Yes.
The soothing mint gentle cleansing shampoo.
That's right.
And what was the third one?
The restorative hair mask.
The restorative hair mask, deep conditioner. Right. Those are the three products you would get an 8-ounce free. Right. Coupon code would come at the end of the campaign, right? So don't email us tomorrow, talk about where the coupon code at.
Right.
If you want the tomorrow coupon code, go to We Buy Blacks Instagram and get that 20% off.
Right.
Get that 20%. Right? There you go. Right. There you go.
But for the free product, we're gonna wait to the end of the campaign. So here's what I want you guys to do, but you have to invest in order to get this free extra special perk, right? So we'll kind of do this similarly how we did the Benson watch thing, guys. I'm willing to accept your email, compile it, and put it in a spreadsheet and send it over to Brian and Rhonda. So I'm willing to do that. They're busy running a business and a crowdfunding campaign. So I don't mind helping in that regard. So here's what I want you to do. After you invest, right? And this is if you decide to invest, after you do so, please send T Rivers at the10kproject.com. T Rivers at the10kproject.com an email with your screenshot that you would get from Republic showing that your investment has been made, right? So what this will do is this will let Brian and Rhonda know that you have made an investment And so if you can send me that screenshot with your full name and make sure, and obviously the email you send me from is what I'm going to put on my spreadsheet to them. So make sure you're emailing me from the email address you want me to use. If not, tell me you want me to use a different email address. And then what I'll do is I'll compile a spreadsheet of all of that information. Now, in order for me to successfully do this, I'd like to add a deadline onto this, if that's okay.
Right. Yes,
Okay.
yes, we should have.
So,
I was just thinking about that.
Is it okay for us to add a deadline? Today is Tuesday. People will watch the replay. Let's say 9:30. Is it 30 days in September or 31?
30 days.
30 days.
30? Is it okay to give 2 weeks for this?
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. Yep.
So between today and the 30th,
Yep.
if you send me that email with your name, your email address, and proof that you invested, I will add you to the spreadsheet. And then on the 1st, I will send this spreadsheet to Brian and Rhonda. Don't email me on the 1st or the 2nd. It's the deadline the 30th, right?
Right.
So I will, and then once we send that, you will, the campaign will close or complete, or they'll do a rolling close, but there'll be some closing event that then means that your investment is solidified, it's final, right? You didn't change your mind, because anyone who changes their mind, it's okay, you can change your mind, it's perfectly within your right to do so. You just won't get the coupon code, right? So we want to wait till the end of the campaign to make sure these are solid investments. And so at the end of the close of the campaign, they will email you the code that gives you the free item. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think we broke that down clear enough so that everyone watching the replay can understand that as well. Again, my email is trivers@the10kproject.com. You would be sending me proof that you invested, your full name, and make sure you use the name you used on the campaign also, because they're going to confirm that you are an investor before they send you the coupon code. So make sure you're using the same name and the same email address also, so that there's no confusion. Okay?
Yes.
All right. I think that thank you so much. We love free perks, gifts, and we appreciate it. Yes, Patrice, the government name, right?
That's right. Your government
That's right.
name.
Yeah, because I'm glad you made that clear to us, because when we're getting orders and stuff, it's on the website. People, they email you and they be like, I didn't get my confirmation and I didn't get this. Well, and then you find out that they used their burner email account. And when they emailed you from one account, but then they placed the order with a different one. And they'd be like, well, you placed your order with a different email. And then that question just goes away.
Yeah, the same thing happens with us. People will join the membership with one email and then they won't sign up right away for the Knowledge Center. Then they'll try to go back in and sign up their Knowledge Center account using something completely different. It won't work because all the systems know you as what you paid under. We don't know your nickname. We don't know your sexy for me website or email address.
Right.
We only know what you used originally. So this is great, guys. Thank you again. This is awesome. Oh, is there one more question?
One more question.
Okay. We got it.
Anonymous says, is your product in England?
Our product is all in England.
Yep,
so you can get our product at Kyo Beauty. They have 2 brick and mortar plus online. You can get it at Naturalistic Products, which is a big supply wholesale customer of ours. You can get it at one called Simply Moi. And she was, her name is Bernadette. It's a Black-owned business. All of these are Black-owned, by the way. And Bernadette was our first wholesale customer in the UK. And she still sells our products over there. We just got an order today from a new one called AQ Online. It's called Afro Quarter Online. They just placed the order. So you can get it from all the places in the UK.
Nice. I just had an idea. You mentioned influencers, like some of those travel influencers in places where you are. You should get them to go to the place and like take a picture of the product on this, like something like do a play off of that with some of the travel influencers.
That would be excellent. Because you know what's crazy? We talk about this all the time. These products are in places that we have never been.
Right.
We haven't been to none of these countries. We would like to go, but yes. We've been to Canada. That's about it.
This was great, guys. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
evening. We will be in contact. I will send you over the contact information for Naiman.
Okay.
And I'm not playing, Rhonda. I do want a consult. I want to know what.
Okay. Yes. So we'll talk.
Yes,
We'll talk.
yes.
Yes.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank y'all so
Bye.
much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.